When we lived down in St. Petersburg, Florida, back in 1990, I developed colon cancer. And when I got out of the hospital after the operation, I come home and I tried to get something to get my mind off of the pain. And I started gluing hexagon structures together with toothpicks. And I glued them this way and that way, every way I could glue them in a three-dimensional model. And pretty soon I came up with a perfect pyramid, which happened to be the protactinium atom. It had the same number of electrons and protons as a protactinium atom had. So I was pretty excited over this structure, and I took it to work, showed it to everybody when I got back to work. Alright, now if you take upright pyramid, it stands for the protons. An inverted pyramid stands for the electrons. And a tetrahedron pyramid stands for the neutrons. So if you take an electron and you take a proton, and you put them together, you could make hydrogen. And here's what the hydrogen atom would look like in this model. So if you take, here's a structure for helium. If you got two protons and you got two electrons and you got two neutrons, then you have the helium atom, and that's what it would look like in this model. Alright, lithium is three protons and three, here's three protons, three electrons, and three neutrons, and that makes the lithium, and this is what it looks like in this model. Alright, you have four protons for beryllium, four electrons, four neutrons, and you put them all together and you got beryllium 8. And this is boron 9 structure, and you got 2, 3, 4 protons, 4 electrons, 5 electrons rather, and 5 protons, and 4 neutrons, and you got boron 9. And here's what it would look like. And then you got carbon, and that's the structure. And then you add your protons, 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 666, mark of the beast, carbon. Somebody actually thought it was. Nitrogen 15. Seven protons. Seven electrons. Eight neutrons. That would give you nitrogen 15. Alright, if you add another hydrogen atom, proton, and electron, you get oxygen. And here's oxygen structure. And here's oxygen. Now the next one is fluorine. 19, fluorine 19. Alright, 9 protons. Nine electrons. 10 neutrons. You got fluorine 19. Next would be neon. That's the structure for it. If you add another hydrogen atom and another neutron, 2 more neutrons, you get sodium. That's the sodium structure. And here's the sodium atom. Sodium structure. So if you add another hydrogen atom and a neutron, this is the structure, you get magnesium 26. Magnesium 26 structure. And you add another hydrogen atom and a neutron, and you get aluminum 28. And that's aluminum 28 atom. The next element is silicon 30, and this is a structure for silicon 30, and if you add a neutron and a proton and an electron, that comes up with silicon 30. Now I'm all the way up to zinc. This is a zinc pyramid, and I have it out in the front yard in my wife's flower garden on the patio, and I call it Ancient Alabama because it looks like some kind of prehistoric scene. While I was building this pyramid, I check each element as I get to it, and I check it with the chemical element table, and I make sure that each element is legit and has the right atomic number and the atomic weight. And I'm pretty confident that I'll go all the way up to protactinium with every element in between hydrogen and protactinium. Not too far back, just maybe 6 months or so, I noticed a pyramid inside a pyramid inside a pyramid inside a pyramid inside a pyramid. And I checked out all these pyramids within each other, and they had the right atomic weight and the right atomic number for the atom that they represented. So that was pretty interesting. This pyramid is also very artistic, and I'll show you why. See all these pyramids inside of pyramids inside of pyramids? There's 6 pyramids inside this one protactinium pyramid. If you had some way to light these up, it'd really be pretty. And this is a structure, it could be an infinite structure from here to eternity. Here's the layers to the left, layers to the right, layers vertical, layers horizontal, and there's the Star of David. Here's the protons and neutrons. Here's the protons, neutrons, and electrons. Here's common ground between the tunneling microscope and the way my structure is laid out, and this is more common ground. Now that you've seen all the different elements that I've shown you, and there's a lot more I haven't put in here, I've gone all the way up to the zinc atom so far, and all the elements in between what I have here and the zinc atom are not shown, but they've all been checked out, and I've checked each element according to the table, and they proved to be there. So the big question is, after you've seen all this, is why are all those chemical elements inside this one structure? Now that's the question. Question number 2 is, what is the structure? Is it to do with the evolution of the chemical elements, or is it to do with the evolution of the universe? Could this be the structure that God used to bring forth the universe, or a part of it? I'll leave this thought with you to wonder about and kick around and see what you can come up with. Until then, this is Dusty Rhodes signing off from Mobile, Alabama, and I'm glad to have you watching my video, and I hope you can figure out some things that I haven't. Good night.